Hi everybody, Litronics here, and today we're gonna be playing Zul at the Sky Temple. So let's have a look at our team compositions. It's gonna be Zul, Morales, the Haka, Tracer, and Illidan versus Nova, Zeratul, Gul'dan, the Haka, and Usur. Great, so they have two stealth guys. We have Morales, that's kind of countered by the two stealth guys, but we do have the Illidan-Morales combo, which can kind of pay off with the whole attack speed and movement increase for Illidan, and also her sustained healing, like the fact that Illidan can dive in, take a bunch of damages, then kind of like sweeping strike out back to our Morales. She would just heal him up in a matter of like 5 seconds, and then he can re-engage immediately if he doesn't die in the process though, so that's gonna be interesting. Also we are playing Zul, so we do have our roots to secure some kills, maybe even on Zeratul if he doesn't blink out in time. But yeah, Nova, Gul'dan and Usur, they don't have any sort of escape. Even the Haka, like aside from movement, they don't really have an escape, so roots and slows are extremely effective on them. So let's see how this plays out. So as Zul, you are a specialist, right? But you are not... You are different from other specialists, because as Zagaras, Sylvanas for example, you want to be just pushing one lane like super hard. That's not really what Zul does. Zul's strength is the fact that he can push 2 lanes at once. He can soak XP and push 2 lanes at once and be extremely effective at it. Because of his passive, his raised skeletons, like not... it's just incredible how it works, and in quick matches you often get a lot of toxicity if you play Zul properly. Like if you are actually soaking 2 lanes rather than going, for example, for, I don't know, a Punisher contest, you know? Like in theory, yes, a Punisher is super strong because like it allows your teammates to maybe win a game, but in practice, like you can solo push better. So why would you commit to a Punisher that might not do anything at all instead of just going into like solo? Like if instead of being Zul and like getting 2 gates and 2 towers on both lanes, like it's just so weird to me. But yeah, teams in quick matches especially usually desire you to be always as a 5-man, you know, and that's not necessarily how you win games, especially after all the changes to the minions, the fact that they now do a lot more siege damage. Having some sort of a pusher or a person dedicated to actually being a specialist, like what people default a specialist to, a pusher, is extremely prevalent right now, but people not necessarily agree with that, like majority of people. So right now, instead of going for the temple, what I should be doing is soaking mid and bottom. He wasn't in range for my roots. She went in a little bit early there, because if she wasn't there and I was kind of alone, maybe Gul'dan would have kind of committed to me and tried to do some damage. Oh, that was, wow, that dodge though, that evasion was really helpful for Illidan, but you don't really want to isolate yourself from your healer there as Illidan. Like I said before, that maybe like it would be awesome if he would just dive in and dive out, regen, all of that stuff, but that's not really what happened there. Okay, that's the real Nova. Can we catch her? No. So I'm fine in giving up that shrine to the Haka now. The Haka Morales actually goes back, so this might be a very risky, a very greedy play by me, because they definitely need some help with the shrines. And that's kind of what defines a good Zul player, not necessarily your micro, like your skill micro mid-combat, and not necessarily how you soak lanes. It's more about whether or not you know, like you have a good understanding when you are safe to push and when you need to rejoin your team, because it can be painful to play a 4 versus 5 when you have like Zul constantly pushing, but at the same time it's what Zul does, it's how he should be played in my opinion. Because no other specialist, no other class can do what Zul does, so why not use it, why not abuse it to your advantage, you know? Man, Gul'dan is playing kind of relatively safe, so Tracer probably is not going to get what she wants from these ganks. We want our level 7 right now. I'm gonna just wait for it, because I want my Rathma's Blessing before clearing this lane to heal ourselves up. And that's exactly what we are going to do here. To harass Ghoul a little bit, I will get Ghoul. Gul'dan, okay. I mean, like Zul and Gul'dan, wow, good job Tracer, she actually secured that, that's impressive. And right now we are just gonna straight up push this. With our healing, with our skeletons, this is no big deal. This is what Zul does, guys. Oh, also we were able to get the Trag'Oul, which is quite nice. So yeah, you might get a lot of toxicity like your way, especially in quick matches. If, for example, Infernal Shrines, you have a Punisher phase up top, and instead of contesting it with your team, you're actually soaking mid. I'm so dead here. Wow, actually, I actually misjudged who was the real Nova there. Like, instead of contesting the top Infernal Punisher, you are actually soaking mid and bottom lanes. You might get flamed a lot, like a lot. But seriously, that's the most efficient play as Zul, because that's basically what, like, if your team just stalls for like a minute and you get 2 full waves from both lanes, like, it gives your team a whole level of advantage. So now, instead of fighting 5 versus 5 up top, you can go help your team like with the flank or something, and now you're gonna be fighting 7 versus 6. And that's amazing. Like, that's only Zul can do that, and people just don't. People don't appreciate a good Zul, like a PvE Zul approach, right? Because at the same time, Zul isn't really a good like PvP hero. Like, he has damage, but if you really want to be playing a PvP specialist, like by PvP I mean a specialist who is really effective in doing hero damage on top of his special capabilities, you really want to be aiming for somebody like Sylvanas or maybe Zagara. Zagara is amazing at doing hero damage. But as Zul, that's not really your strength. That's not really your job. Oh my god, I was actually able to get that kill on Nova. Man, that was satisfying. That's not really your job. You are more about like getting the soak, getting the XP. And like here, we can clearly see that by split pushing the whole game, I gave my team a ton of XP. Sadly, we are losing the fight bottom. I don't know why, what is going on there, why they are so deep. Probably Illidan just kept diving and diving and diving, chasing for the kills. We do have the level advantage, but that was definitely a very greedy play by our team. But that's fine, we are still in the lead. Oh, I want this wave, but sadly it will be dead before I can arrive there. Yeah, lost so much XP. Yeah, I should have been more aggressive. Not aggressive, but I should have been soaking 2 lanes rather than pushing hard top. Because I was saying this before, and I will repeat again, Zul is extremely strong in pushing 2 lanes. As they don't actually have a healer, Usur. Can Usur actually heal out your poison, Nova? I feel like we should go for Skeletal Mages, because once they have a healer, it's extremely easy. Like, when there is a healer in the game, it's extremely easy to heal Geta. Okay, I will get a root instead. Can the Haka rejoin me here? I will try to body block. Gul'dan. There we go, successfully. I will spawn my Skeletal Mages. Oh my god, wow, they actually killed Morales. Nova and Zeratul killed Morales. Wow, that might have been too greedy there, Illidan. Might have been a little bit too greedy. Okay, good job by the Haka silencing and blinding Usur there. Can we actually secure this? There we go, good job the Haka. Really well timed combo. Really well done. Like, that's probably the most useful ultimate from the Haka I've like ever seen. I don't know. It was kind of painful to look at it. Like, Usur had stood no chance at all. Yeah, man, like you... What was that blink? Did he try to blink there and like he was out of range? So he tried to blink here and then the... Oh my god, that was so stupid. That was kind of lame, but it's fine, it's fine. We'll go for Corpse Explosion. This talent actually really helps out with sieging. Because corpses, like skeletons, not only they explode when they die, they also explode when your trait kind of like kills them. Because the way Raised Skeleton works, it will always replace your first summoned skeleton if you reach the maximum skeleton spawn. So when they die from your trait spawning another skeleton, you still get the benefit of the explosion. So that way you can kind of clear out wow, that Divine Shield on Nova actually saved her. I mean, this user actually does a really good job in keeping his team alive. He died in the process, but he definitely saved Nova there. I can't really blame him for doing that. And that's also something you want to be doing as user. You always want to be dying first, because that way, I mean, if you are going to die as user, you want to die first, because that way you can still heal your teammates. In fact, you can heal them better than if you're alive. I mean, he does a pretty good job in sustaining his team. Not gonna blame. Okay, let's restart. And Nova, can we get a Nova? There we go, we got a root. The Haka actually missed his thing on me. He aimed it like... Wow, that was amazing. He missed his isolation. That's also something you don't want to be doing. Using isolation on somebody but the healer. That's definitely your primary target. I will put skeletons so they have no escape that way now. The Haka is actually getting slowed by my skeletons. Can we get a root? Oh, is that enough? The Amplify Damage? Oh man, he's... Okay, there we go. Good stuff. Good cleanup. This Illidan is actually really knows what he is doing. He might have been a little bit too aggressive at the start of the game, but now that we have advantage in form of experience and kind of map control, positionings, temple control, all of that stuff, he really plays super aggressively, and that's kind of what you want to be doing, because you already have the advantage, so you can afford to be extremely aggressive as Illidan. Well, not too aggressive, like don't just dive into their core while it's invulnerable, but it's kind of okay. It's kind of okay to be... Wow, that's a kill. That's a kill for them. If they can get any sort of follow-up. They do have the Haka, so yeah, that's it. That's the whole team. Well, we got a boss in the process, so I say it was worth it. Obviously, it would have been better if I didn't die. I actually didn't get... Actually, that's not true. I got 2 towers and a gate here, so that was really worth it. Like, we got the boss, uncontested boss in the process. And yeah, it was only my death, so yeah, that was definitely worth it. Well, definitely not as worth it as if I would have survived, but it's fine. Man, the Haka, he has a bad time with those isolations. He has a really bad time. Oh, actually he landed it on Illidan. I actually didn't notice that. I really saw that he completely missed the isolation. Gul'dan mistimed his silence, his fear there. Man, that would have been such a clutch save by Gul'dan if he used it like just a second earlier. Man, this Illidan is just going off. Everybody is just dying. Yeah, but we do have this experience, this huge experience lead, and this should actually be a victory right here. Like a flawless game on our team's part. Well, maybe not flawless, we did some stupid stuff in the beginning. Also, I died a lot of times that I shouldn't have, but man, that was actually well played. And the experience, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So if you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. And as always guys, thank you so much for watching and see you next time.